All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Hakwadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone and salutations to the elect. And this is the brother lawyer from Great Millstone, Miami, and I want to do this lesson on an article that I came across. This article goes back to the 19th of this month, but I still found the title interesting. All right, it's on abcnews.go.com. It says powerful solar weather brings northern lights farther south. It says the northern lights may be visible in Pennsylvania and Iowa on Friday night. All right, now granted, this was August 19th that this article came out. All right, so that was about 4 days ago. All right, which I believe that might have been a Thursday. Okay, all right. But we often talk about solar activity that has been taking place at a higher level this year. Okay, we often talk about it concerning the heat waves and wildfires, the hurricanes, the different droughts. Okay, because the sun has an effect on these events taking place upon the earth. But also another thing is the northern lights, man, or what is called an aurora borealis, I believe. Okay, all right, when the sun emits radiation and it comes in contact with the magnetosphere of the earth at the northern and southern poles, and it causes these great and beautiful, spectacular light shows to be seen in the heavens. Okay, all right, and the fact that these things are moving farther south, as far south as Pennsylvania and Iowa, all right, is what the scriptures talk about: shew new signs and other strange wonders. Now, granted, I don't know, at least from what I've researched, if people were actually able to see the northern lights that far south when the solar activity began. Okay, I'm not entirely sure. I did my research. I looked into it. Nothing came up. All right, but the fact that this is even a possibility to be talked about, okay, and mind you, this is not the only website that's featuring this information. Goes to show you that, again, as the scriptures say, shew new signs and other strange wonders, how the Lord would show wonders in the heavens, all right, how there will be signs in the sun, all right, that those prophecies in the scriptures are coming to pass and speaking. Okay. All right. It says the northern lights may be visible as far south as Pennsylvania and Iowa on Friday. Space Weather Prediction Center from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration said that was a that was a bit of a tongue twister. All right. It says the remarkable skylights may come down farther south due to a geomagnetic storm that began on Wednesday. Experts said. Okay, the storm is a result of a coronal mass ejection, or CME, which is a powerful burst of magnetized plasma from the sun's corona, or the sun's outer atmosphere. All right, the sun is emitting magnetized plasma from its outer atmosphere, its outermost layer. Okay, scientists detected two CMEs erupting on the sun and aimed for the Earth, which they expected to arrive on August 18th. The CMEs can combine to create a geomagnetic storm, scientists say, to reach strong levels that may create auroras closer to the equator than usual. All right, the auroras, which make up what we know as the northern lights, form when high energy particles from the sun collide with the Earth's atmosphere. The particles glow because they excite the gases in the sky. Stronger energy brings the glowing particles farther from the poles, experts say. Leading up to the stronger storm, scientists said a coronal hole high speed stream arrived on Thursday night to create a more minor geomagnetic storm. A coronal hole is a cooler area in the sun's outermost layer that can generate high speed solar wind that is full of charged particles that can get spread across the solar system. These high speed streams can create auroras on Earth too. Typically, auroras are most visible from December to February, but viewers have strong chances from September to November too. Experts say stronger solar weather is needed for such a view in the summer months. Alaska is known as a top U.S. destination for seeing the lights, but visitors can also expect a view of in northern Maine during favorable conditions, scientists say. Experts say that less densely populated areas where night lights, the night skies remain darkest are most favorable for northern viewing of the magical skylights. Okay, all right. But again, the point was the fact that this activity from the sun is becoming so much more, um, more rampant, okay, and more violent, okay, that these so-called northern lights can be seen further south potentially, okay, and that goes to the scriptures in Sirach. This is Sirach 36, and verse 6, it says, "Shew new signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works." Okay, so that would be a strange sign. Okay, all right, and mind you, more of this activity is expected to come from the sun. All right, I know for sure lately, especially this year, there's been talks of, more hyperactive solar activity, solar storms, CMEs, all right, different blasts of energy from the sun more and more. Okay, and that's why the temperature is rising. All right, that's why these droughts are taking place. All right, lakes and rivers drying up all over the world, reservoirs. Okay, all right. The ocean is hotter, hurricanes, wildfires. That's why these things are happening. Okay, so if this hasn't happened already, it could very well happen in the near future. All right, to where people are able to see these lights. All right, more closer to the equator. Okay, or more south, such as Pennsylvania and Iowa, and different parts of North America. Okay, now going to Joel chapter 2, verse 30, it says, "I will shew wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord come." All right, so this is definitely a wonder. Okay, I was looking it up, man. And this kind of caught my attention. I thought it was pretty neat. So hey, man, the Lord is definitely doing wonders in the heavens and upon the earth, man. We see different floods. Okay, we see different earthquakes happening here and there, wildfires, heat waves, droughts. Okay, all right, different chariot sightings. All right, there was a blood moon recently, as of this year. Okay, all right, but also these types of events taking place in the atmosphere as well. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 6. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and flame of devouring fire." Okay, all right, and they call this type of CME coronal mass ejection. They call it a solar storm. Okay, all right, and oftentimes we think about a storm, we think about hurricanes, tornadoes, thunderstorms, lightning storms, hail, blizzards. Okay, but you could liken this unto a storm too. Okay, this is Luke chapter 21, verse. Well, matter of fact, let me get Revelation chapter 16. Okay, all right, verse 8. It says, "And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. And men were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of God, which hath power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory." All right. So there are spirits that are over the heavenly bodies. Okay. All right. In this case, there's an angel that has power over the sun, and the Lord is allowing the angel, okay, to ramp up the sun's radiation, man. All right, spewing out fiery vapors, man. All right, and so people will look at something like this, like, oh, the pretty lights, you know, in the sky. No, man, this is happening. This is happening because the Lord is plaguing the earth with fervent heat using the sun, man. All right, so as much as people may marvel at that sight, man, at these beautiful sights being seen more south, and taking pictures and selfies. All right, the fact that it's coming more further south is not a pretty sign, man. That's not a sign that you're supposed to really be happy about, because again, it's called the Northern Lights for a reason. All right, it's only supposed to be so much radiation that it remains relegated to the northern parts of the Earth, such as Alaska, okay, such as Greenland, those northern parts, the North Pole, okay, all right, and in some cases the South Pole, man. This is not supposed to be something that you are able to see further south as Pennsylvania and Iowa and Massachusetts, okay. But the fact that this is happening is why, because the Lord is pouring out these plagues upon the earth, man, using the sun, okay. All right, so if this is happening, that means you can expect hotter temperatures. People think it's hot now. It's gonna get much hotter. Okay, in the days to come. All right, it's gonna be more droughts, more wildfires. more heat waves, okay? All right, more active hurricane seasons, all right, more floods, more terrible thunderstorms, okay? All right, more rivers drying up, all these things, more famines, okay? Now I'm gonna close out with this. This is Luke 21:10. It says, well, matter of fact, yeah, I'll start at verse 10. It says, then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and famines and pestilences, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. Okay, all right, so that's a great sign, man. Again, these northern lights being seen, potentially being seen further south. All right, which if that hasn't happened already, because again it says maybe. So, and again, as I did my research, I couldn't find anything to confirm that these lights were seen in Pennsylvania and Iowa or further south. But the fact that, again, this type of solar activity is becoming more and more common. All right, this hyperactive solar activity. All right, the sun just belching out, you know, supercharged ions, you know, and plasma towards the Earth. Okay, so if it hasn't happened now, all right, in the recent days, the past 4 days, hey, it's a very likely that these things can happen in the near future. And again, all right, these signs are supposed to be fearful and great. This is not something like, ooh, pretty, I'm gonna take a picture and post it on the gram and see we saw the northern lights in Pennsylvania. These are not good signs. Okay, the reason why this is even possible is because the Lord has an angel pouring out a vial of his wrath upon the sun to scorch men with fire. Okay, that's why you have more droughts and wildfires, hurricanes, floods increasing in the earth, man, because the Lord is letting the earth have it, man. All right, and he's using the celestial bodies and what you would call um, the natural world, okay, natural phenomenon to do it, man. All right, to bring to pass his judgments. Okay. All right. Luke 21:25, jumping down and says, "And there shall be signs in the sun, and in and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken." All right. So again, just going in on the point of how there shall be signs and wonders in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, all right, in the heavens, man. All right, that's why these types of events are taking place in the world. All right, that's why we have these types of headlines, man. And there's many other things taking place upon the earth, man. All right, different droughts, famines, okay, pestilences, diseases, man. You got polio out there, man. All right, getting ready to do damage. Okay, all right, you got the Langia, you got Listeria, you got food recalls because of salmonella, you got the C19, you got the monkeypox, all different types of things, man. So clearly we are in the last days. Call Haloyim Layahal Bashim Shai Baha Shemar Hakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone and citations to the elect. Kwame Asharal and the Ball. Shalom.